ArsenalFanTV, what did you make of it today?
Mixed. We had the first half, which was poor. The second half, we picked it up a lot better. I feel like this game was a whole game of confidence. You saw at the beginning of the first half, throughout the whole 45 minutes, West Ham were poor throughout the whole game. For the first half, they had one shot on target, which was offside. And on a whole, it was a game of confidence. We needed to win this game in order to gain confidence, in order to move on, and that's what we did. And I'm so glad that I saw players like Ozil, players like Xhaka really pick it up in the second half, especially Ozil. As soon as he scored that goal, bang, he was off. You could just see him straight away. And that's what we need to see every game, in and out. Because top four, whether you like it or not, it's a must. We need to get that top four. If we don't, the momentum is gone. And what's going to happen is it's either we're going to be a Liverpool or we're going to be a Tottenham. We're going to be struggling for top four, we're going to miss it, or we're just going to decline every season. And that's not what we want.
With the manager, do you think he needs to come out and make it clear what he's doing now? Just to unify up the fans, unify the team?
Robbie, I'm glad you mentioned that, because this is an important topic we need to talk about. This whole topic, this whole argument about Wenger in and out, it's ridiculous. It's getting a joke now, because there was once a time where we were focusing on football and we were focusing on the performances of players. Unfortunately, nowadays, now we are focused and we have sort of channeled our concentrations and the debate on the manager. What's happened is now, every single minute of that game, or not every single minute, but the majority of that game, the players that are playing, they have that psychological sort of impact in their head. They're thinking about the negativity the manager's been getting from the fans. So rather than thinking about their own performance, they're thinking about what's been going on around the club. What we need to do as fans is we need to channel this debate into the players' performance. We need to make sure that the players know where they're going wrong, rather than the manager, because believe it or not, the manager has a very, very small part to play. As much as, if you want to think about it the way you want to think about it, he's picking the selection, he's picking the tactics throughout the game, but it's the players that are performing. And we really need to sort of change this direction of blaming the manager or whether Wenger goes in or out. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, whether Wenger goes in or out, it's going to have a small impact on the players. Let's have a look at Leicester, for instance. These half of the players from Leicester were in the Championship or League One. They came into the Premier League with this mindset. And it was, at the end of the day, it was all a matter of momentum, which got them to the...
Changing the manager at Leicester has also, you know, meant that all of a sudden now, those same guys that were useless, you know, all season have started to look like Real Madrid.
Of course. No, I mean, there's arguments for and against. I personally believe it's a very... Because, again, the debate was on Ranieri. If everyone channeled the debate on the players, why was Vardy playing so poor? Why wasn't he scoring? Mahrez, why was he...
Because of Ranieri, boy.
No, but that's
because now that he's gone, Vardy now scoring, you know, worldies, and he's got his confidence back.
I understand that, but this is the football community that we're living in right now. This is the debates what we're having. Rather, if we instead had arguments or conversations about the players' performance, I think the managers would have less pressure or less stress, because at the end of the day, they're supposed to bring the best. I mean, yeah, I'm going to say this. The against argument is the manager's supposed to bring the best out of the players. But if we as fans focused on the players' performance, because he's a world-class manager. I don't care what you say about him. He's been at the club for 20 years. Champions League every single season. He's won trophies, you know, every few seasons. I mean, let's look at, there's 20 leagues in the Premier League. How many of those managers are as successful as Wenger? Other than Sir Alex Ferguson, name me one. I mean, I don't even think Mourinho is as successful as Wenger. I'll go that far, because we've seen for the last season, how many times has he failed at Chelsea? He's failing at United.
He won the title at Chelsea just
okay, but what happened to him last season? So, you know what I mean? It's a for and against argument, but at the end of the day, we need to focus on players rather than the managers.